think alpha means loud? Watch a cream-coated shelter dog shut down a fight with one paw. No growl, no flex. That's why the internet crowned him King Charles. Why call him King Charles? Off camera, the dog's actual name is Changmao, Mandarin for long hair. In the Hebei shelter clips, crowds online saw a medium cream-coated dog move like a monarch. No barking, just presence. Fans needed a label that carried weight in English. King Charles stuck because it says two things at once: royal status and calm authority. It isn't a breed tag or a royal tie-in. It's a community nickname for a working shelter dog. The crown wasn't gifted. It was earned, clip after clip of quiet control, the room settling the second he steps in. King frames status. Charles reads timeless, not cutesy. By the time mainstream pages found the shelter, the name had become metadata, query, caption, and brand. He didn't ask for a title, viewers issued one. Because to millions, this wasn't a dog, it was order on legs. What is he, exactly? Not a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. The shelter dog nicknamed King Charles is widely reported as a Shiasi or Shiasi Quan, China's boar hunting landrace from Guizhou, but he lives in Hebei, north of there. His look fits the template: medium frame, pale cream coat, rough double coat, fang-like whiskers that read as a wiry beard, heavy brows, scimitar tail, and a stride built for stamina over sprinting. Shiasi dogs were developed for silent pursuit and close control. Calm approach, tighten distance, apply pressure, then release. That behavioral toolkit maps perfectly to the clips. No frenzy, just angles, blocks, and gentle contact to defuse heat. Even if he's a mix, the operating system screams working dog. Purpose-bred, energy-thrifty, pressure-smart, conflict-efficient. That combination reads as leadership to dogs because it conserves energy and creates space without a fight. In crowded kennels, that's gold. Function before labels. Where did he come from? Reports from Chinese outlets say Changmao was born in 2021 and entered a rural Hebei shelter after his owner died in an accident. That origin matters. He learned canine society in a crowded, resource-tight space. In those kennels, noise is cheap and energy is expensive. The dogs that last are the ones that move information without chaos. The viral clip tells the story in one gesture. He steps between two tense dogs, angles his body to block a line of sight, then lays a paw across a neck. Soft, steady, non-injurious pressure. Posture drops. Arousal falls. Fight canceled. Handlers call that a cutoff or contact calming. He doesn't win by force. He erases the reason to fight. That's the shelter crucible that forged the nickname. In a place where bowls, beds, and handler time are finite, dogs read patterns fast. That timing is the difference between dominance theater and order. It's why staff let him work the room. He reduces injuries, not pride. Why call him alpha at all? In modern behavior science, the old alpha wolf myth is junk. Wild wolf studies found family units, not laddered strangers. Dominance is context, not a permanent crown. With dogs, mixed groups self-organize by resources and temperament, not by a tyrant. So why do viewers use the word here? Because they're translating a complex idea, pro-social leadership, into a meme. King Charles isn't performing violence. He's managing arousal. He holds access now because he grants access later. That's why the room yields. He's the safest path to less chaos. Call it alpha if you must, but the behavior reads like a calm, high-status mediator, not a brawler. Trainers describe these moves as cutoffs, blocks, and distance-increasing signals. He signals rules without humiliation, leverages posture instead of pain, and exits once stability returns. In group housing, that's the gold standard. Low injury, low cortisol, high predictability. The internet called it alpha. How did the crown stick? Platforms reward repeatable labels. Douyin uploads became YouTube comps. Captions hardened the nickname. Search suggested it back to viewers. Editors printed it on every poster frame. The name solved 3 problems: memorability, translatability, and discoverability. Changmao is accurate. King Charles is clickable. Silent Alpha explains the clip. Together, they created a trail audiences could follow across languages. Even the variants, King Charlie, Dog King, fed the same loop by pointing back to the archetype. The result wasn't PR, it was network effect. A shelter dog with no pedigree paperwork turned into a searchable idea you could type with 2 words. Recommender systems glue similarly titled clips, so each repost tied the face to the phrase. That repetition built recall. Hear the name, picture the dog, expect the vibe. When a nickname becomes a mental model, it outlives the upload that coined it. Across apps, the label won. So why does Alpha stick to him when it doesn't to most dogs in crowded runs? Because he stacks signals that reduce risk for everyone else. First, approach vector. He comes in curved, not head-on, which reads as control, not challenge. Second, vertical control. He shifts from tall to neutral at the right second, bleeding tension without losing status. Third, touch with intent. A light paw to neck or shoulder is information. Stop, breathe, not harm. Fourth, timing. He releases the moment compliance shows up, so the other dog saves face. That mix, angles, posture, micro pressure, and perfect timing makes yielding feel safe, even smart. That's not fear, that's good politics in dog language. Over days, that becomes a cycle. Dogs predict his rules. Predictability drops conflict. Fewer conflicts make his rules more legitimate. Legitimacy is the real crown. The title followed later. Efficient beats drama. Ever. Plenty of viral alpha dogs posture, pin, or posture and pin for the camera. King Charles looks different. He scales conflict with frictionless moves. He blocks eyes, repositions bodies, and ends arguments with almost no volume. Look at the pattern across compilations. Consistency. The same curved entries, the same soft eyes, the same quick release when the other dog disengages. Viewers don't just see power, they see fairness. He corrects the instigator and then lets that dog rejoin the group, which protects social bonds instead of breaking them. That's the edge. Power that keeps the room whole. Contrast the bark, slam, stare routine that forces handler resets and torches trust. When leaders burn bridges, the group bleeds stability. When he restores order, he often offers a micro reset. Side-by-side walk, brief nose target, or just space. After order returns, he often moves off and lets life resume. That absence of ego is why the nickname feels earned, not edited. Why King Charles and not Guardian, Coach, or Uncle Changmao? Because names compete for share of mind, not just accuracy. King Charles carries 4 wins in 2 words. Status, king. Personhood, Charles. Rhythm, trochee plus trochee. And global familiarity. It mirrors a human royalty tag without implying breed, so it rides curiosity without mislabeling the dog. It also photographs well, bold on a thumbnail, clean in a hashtag, and instantly legible in English-speaking feeds. The monarchy echo is incidental. The meme isn't about palaces, it's about posture. The crown belongs to presence, not paperwork. Disambiguation happens because viewers dwell on the dog clips, not royal headlines, and the algorithm learns which King Charles they meant. Multiply that by thousands of reposts, and you get a stable identity. A cream, shaggy, wire-chinned mediator with a stare that edits chaos. That's the story the name now carries by itself, even if you never saw the first upload. So why King Charles, and why Alpha? Because a crowded shelter met a dog who kept the peace with almost no sound, and the internet named what it felt. King Charles is the shortcut. Alpha is the translation. Strip away the myth, and what's left is better. A pro-social adult whose calm turns a room from risky to runnable. That's why pups drift to him, and handlers let him work. He lowers the cost of living together. Call him a monarch. He behaves like a mayor. Present, fair. Boring in the best way. Titles fade. Impact doesn't. That's not royal blood. That's earned authority. For humans, don't copy the moves, copy the rules. Keep arousal low, give lanes, reward calm, end clean. Don't chase dominance myths, train for predictability and consent. On platforms, he's proof that quiet can outperform chaos. The name may have started as a joke, a meme, a hook. It stayed because the behavior keeps proving it true. A dog from Hebei taught a leadership class without saying a word.